So how do you clean your brushes? There's many ways. I'm just going to show you one. This is my favorite and the quickest way to do it. I love to use brush cleaner. My favorite, non-sponsored, Scotties, really high alcohol, doesn't have those conditioning agents. They make the brushes really oily. I want these brushes clean and dry and ready within minutes. So this is the best brush cleaner that I have found, and trust me, I've used all of them. How I like to clean brushes with brush cleaner: first step, get a great brush cleaner. 2, paper towels that aren't too scratchy, and I like to use these little painter craft things and fill them up. This way, if your brush cleaner gets dirty, you've got clean wells ready to go. If you have an angle brush that has a lot of dry gelled product, the tip is to put into brush cleaner and just set it aside and let it soak. If you've got soft powder products, I like to dip it into a well, and then on a paper towel, what I'm going to do is, it's really important to put the brush onto the paper towel the same way you use it on its face, on the face. You can see that's clean, and the great thing about brush cleaner, this will be bone dry in about 2 minutes. I'm going to take the first brush up, really important. Brushes like this, you can see I'm going side to side. I'm not squashing it. I'm keeping those bristles in the exact position they're meant to be. That's already cleaned. This is because I let it soak, it's come up beautifully. And then when I wipe it side to side, I'm never going to rub onto a paper towel. And then when this well gets too dirty, I've got all these clean ones that I can use. I like to keep the center free so I can just check. And then really importantly, squeeze that brush into its shape before you let it dry. And I'll give you one more. This is an eyeliner. Really important this one doesn't get squashed or rubbed brutally onto paper towels. Clean well. I'm going to let it soak, and I'm going to roll it. The reason I'm rolling it, it keeps the brush in its shape. And then when I think it's done, onto a paper towel, and I'm going to roll it. So I'm not only am I cleaning it, I'm making sure this brush does not get damaged. If you look after your brushes carefully and keep them in the shape, brushes, good quality brushes, should last a lifetime. If you look at the way the Japanese clean their calligraphy brushes, it's a process. And then when it's dry, when it's clean, sorry, squeeze it in. This is the most important part, get it into its shape. And in about less than 5 minutes, that will be bone dry. And the last tip that I have, if you ever have a beautiful brush, see how it's all coming out? I'm going to a clean part of brush cleaner. You'll save so much money on brush cleaner. If you have a brush that you love and you've got one hair that's doing that, what you need to do is, let's pretend this brush, I've somehow squashed it and destroyed it, done something really bad to it, but you've got hairs coming out that way, which is really annoying on things like lip brushes. Turn the brush upside down, hot water on your tap, not boiling hot, but hot. Never let any heat hit the part of the brush where the metal and the wood join. That's called a ferrule, and that's glued, and heat can make that dislodge. So upside down, and just run really hot water. And because these are like hairs, they'll actually heat and go back into shape. That's a really good trick to reshape your brushes. So as you can see, a couple of dips. There's some products, some staining, long-lasting foundation and concealers that I'm noticing are just staining brushes no matter what hair type they are. So I'm finding that has to be a bit of a Sard Wonder Soap, but definitely putting them in brush cleaner first helps. And the last tip, put it into its shape. If you are doing a wash and dry and you've got brush covers, I will only put a brush cover on a really wet brush if I'm in a really hot environment. Something's going to make them dry really quick. If you put those brush covers on, they take days to dry. You can grow mold. So if that's the case, wash them, let them dry 80–90%, then put the covers on. So that's how I like to clean my brushes.